Hey everybody, Michelle here with My Flights of Fancy, and today I'm here with another layout in the Live Beautifully Cut Above kit. So if you get the bundle, you get everything that you see here. So you get an album, you get a journal pen, glue, which we opened with the last layout that we did, the instructions on how to make each of the layouts with measurements on the side. You get pre-printed, pre-cut stickers. We've used these ones on the first layout already. You get pre-printed, pre-die cut pieces that go on the layouts as well. These you do have to glue. They are just cardstock or paper. You get all of the pieces you need to make all of the layouts that are shown in the instruction kit. You get place cards for the photos in case you are creating the pages to give to someone, or if you don't have your photos, then you know exactly where these are supposed to go on the pages. You get 6-page protectors, and then here you can see the first page that we did. I have ready to put into my album. So this album is a D-ring album, so it is just super simple to put these pages into. And the great thing about this is you can use this for your permanent album, or you can use this as a work in progress album. So you're at a retreat or a crop and you know you're working on pages, but you may not be doing them in chronological order. This is a great way to do these pages, get them in a book, keep them safe for your travels, and then if you want the traditional postbound album, you can have that as your permanent, use this to travel back and forth and keep your stuff safe. Or like I said, use it for your forever album, and it's fantastic. So, now that that's put away, let's move on to layout number 2. So last time I went digging for all the pieces, this time I made it a little bit easier and I grabbed all the pieces. So we have our 2 12x12 pieces. Again, with the cut above kits, all of the pieces are pre-printed and they are one-sided. So you're not going to be able to flip it over and get a different design like you are with all of the rest of Close to My Heart's papers and cardstocks. So this is a cost saving for you, and it allows it to be done super quickly. So we need our layout 2 pieces here. We will need our layout 2 stickers here, and of course we will need our instructions for layout 2. So these instructions give you a full color photo of what your layout is going to look like. They obviously put pictures on there. It looks better with pictures, I think, but you know, to each their own. And then down here on the bottom pieces, get this so you can see it very well, they have measurements on how far each piece is supposed to be from different spots so that you can get yours to look just like this. Now, like the last layout, I do not actually have my ruler with me, so you're not going to see that part. But we can guess pretty close and it'll look very similar and it will be good. Alright, putting my pen off to the side because I'm not using that today. This is the Tombow glue. Comes in the bundle pack. You can also get it out of the catalog. And look at this here. I showed you last time a little bit, but look, this is attached. You are not going to lose this piece. So your sticky is not going to go anywhere other than on your project where you want it. So that's fantastic. The other thing I noticed is this is pressure sensitive. When you go to put your glue down, it moves a little bit. So I think that's beneficial too, so that you are sure you're putting your glue where you want it to go. All right, let's put this together, shall we? So like last time, I'm going to pop everything out. I did not do anything in advance just because I wanted you to see that it does not take all that much time to do this. That is a great thing about the Cut Above kits. Now the Live Beautifully paper packet and Cut Above kits, which we're working on the Cut Above kits, is only available through the end of May. So don't wait until June to get this. You're gonna want this. It's beautiful. The pages can be used for so many different things. Birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, graduations, so many things. So make sure that you get it before it is gone. Now these are not nearly as finicky as these vines were, thankfully. But I'm still being careful with them because they do still have the little tabs that are attached. And it's not a very thick paper, so we don't want to rip it. All right, so like I tell my ladies, we are going to lay this out first because we don't want to mess anything up. We want everything to go right where it's supposed to go. So this goes on top of this and is going to go over here. We need 2 of our photo placemats, place holders, whatever you want to call them. Those will go like that. Butterfly. Butterfly. And then the stickers will go here, here, and here. Oh, look at that. See, right there. I got the wrong piece on the wrong side. So this actually has journaling spots for you, or lines rather, which you should always include on your layouts. Because yes, you may know, but what happens when you don't know anymore? Or when someone else is looking at the book, like your kids or their friends, who, you know, may not know who that person is, but your kids probably will. All right, and then we have, this one will go up here and this one will go up here. Actually, that one's going to be a sticker, so that'll go over here. All right, so this side, all right, so there we go there. This will go up here, down here. All right, and then we'll have the stickers for the word dream, and we'll have a couple other stickers for some more butterflies. All right, so it's all laid out. We're gonna start with the right side. And like I said, I don't have my ruler, so I'm not going to be able to do that measuring, but that's okay. So we're gonna start with our Fotomats now, or place cards rather. So I am not, as you can see, putting very much glue on these because when you go to put the photos on them, you're going to want to take these pieces off. These are not meant to be permanent placeholders. They're meant to show you this is where your photos go, and take them off before you put your actual photos on. So in this one, as you can see, the photos are supposed to touch each other here in the middle. It gives a nice even border around the outside of the 2 photos. Now, this one, as you can see, is supposed to come off the edge here of the thistle paper. So we don't want to put, well, we could, but I'm not going to put my glue all the way over here on these edges, just so it'll help me be able to lay out the layout a little bit easier. Okay, so I like that. So this will come down here, So now this says that this should be 3/8 of an inch. It's close. This spacing from the top here to the top of the thistle piece should be 2 inches, and this should be 1 7/8 inches. So we can take our place holder here and we can line this up across the top, and we can see that's pretty close to 2 inches right there. 1 7/8, which is just under 2 inches. Basically, you're going to try and center it between these. If you take a look at this picture, it does look like it's fairly centered between those. So that's what we're going to do. And yes, you'll probably see cat hair on my video. We have cats. They like to be, you know, if you have cats, you know, they like to be wherever they decide that they want to be. And there's only so much you can do about that. All right. I'm going to call that good placement. Okay, so these, because of where this is going to be, so this is going to cover the photo just a little bit. You can see here, it's going to just pop over the photo. So when I'm putting my glue on here, I don't want to put glue here because obviously this isn't my photo that I'm going to put in my scrapbook. So I want to be able to slip my photo into spot when it comes time to do that. So I'm just going to glue down here on the bottom of the wing. And just like that. Now, in this photo, it has this larger butterfly underneath that, the black one. So this will slip under just a little bit. And if you want it up a little bit more, you can always put this one down first before you put this one down. The other thing you can do is you can just run just a little bit of glue here, and you can leave this open completely, and then you won't have to worry about that at all. Now mine are not going to be the exact same because I'm okay with it not being. So if you're not okay with it not being exact, then you know you can make it exact. This is the great thing about these kits. It's up to you. These are your pages. You can make them be the same or different, you know, all just depending on what appeals to you. So one of the things you can see, these gray butterflies are 2 different sizes. So we're going to want to check and make sure that we're using the right size butterfly. So here's the gray sticker and here's the gray sticker. So the one that we're doing on the right page is going to be the larger of the 2. And again, like I just said, if you want to swap it the other way, swap it the other way. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to know. Nobody except you. All right. And then this one here. And we're done with the right side. Fantastic. All right, moving on to the other side. So move the butterflies off to the side. We're going to tack our photo placement card down. Now when I'm lining up things on a mat, whether it be on a layout or on a card, I keep one end up, usually my right hand, that's my dominant hand, and then I will make sure that these 3 sides have the same amount of space well, as much as I can. Nobody's perfect. And once it appears to be about right, I'll tack that down. And then I don't have to worry about this side, because as long as these ones are even, it should work. As long as it's cut correctly. Which, I'm fairly confident these are cut correctly. So now this says that this space should be about 1/4 of an inch. So I think what I'm going to do, see where these arrows are right here? I think I'm just going to line it up right along the top of those arrows. Makes things really easy for me. That way I know that it's straight. Now I did say these arrows here. I do want to try and make sure that I'm equal on both the right and left side. And while it may not be perfect, it'll be close. All right, so next up is, before I tack this down, I do want to put the letters down. Now, one of the tricks that you can do with the letters, if you have your stuff with you, is you can use a ruler, and you can take the letters off and you can just line them up against the edge of the ruler. I don't have that, so that's not what I'm going to do. I could use the bag that the photo placeholders came in and use that to line them up, and I don't know that I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to show you what you can do if you don't have a ruler or a way to line these things up. So the easiest way to do this, while I'm not going to tack this down, I am going to lay this about where I think it's supposed to be. So this is going to be about 2 inches here. And we know that this is going to be centered in the middle. So I'm just gonna tack this down just a tiny bit so it doesn't move. And I could do the whole thing, but this is in case I start laying it down and it's not quite where I want it to be, then I can move it. All right, so secret number 1, start with your middle letter, because then you're gonna be as centered as you can be. All right, so this one looks like it pretty much lines the right side of the E up in the center of the layout. So that's kind of what I'm going to try and do here. I said this in the other video, and I haven't said it yet today, I don't think. These stickers are cardstock thickness stickers. So they are not flimsy. The great thing about them is even if you drop them, unless you push them down, you're going to be able to pick them up. In fact, you can even lay them down. You'll see me do that here in just a moment. All right, we're going to go with here. So I'm going to push down just here, but I'm not going to push down the whole thing. That is tacking it down a little bit so I can get the rest of these stickers on here, make sure I like how they're set up, and then I can go back through and press them down. And that makes sure that I like how they're being set up. You're probably going to see my head, sorry. All right. So each of these letters are in the different designs of the papers in this packet, which I love. So the gray goes beautifully with all of these papers. There is a wood grain paper, as you can see on the butterflies and such, Obviously the thistle paper we have right here, and this paper we don't use on this particular layout, but it is on a couple of the others. So it ties them all together. However, that being said, you can easily use these pages completely separately. You do not have to use them together. All right, so I don't think it quite matches up with what they had, but I like how it is. So I am going to push them down. So just to show you, so I do have this A here. I can slowly pull it up. All right, so put that back down. So, and once you press it down, you can still sometimes get them up. It really just kind of depends on everything else. So, we have those down. We're going to glue this down completely. Okay, now it is time for some more butterflies. So like the black one on the other page, our wood grain one is going to go over where the photo is. And we want to be able to put our photo there when it comes time to put that photo on. So we're only going to put glue on the other side. So as you can see, still open. This side's glued down. All right. We have this little guy. So now it does look like they probably bent some of these butterflies just a little bit to pop them up. I'm not going to do that. If it was a card, I probably would. However, when these get into the album, unless you're using foam tape underneath them, you're not going to have any of that pop show up on the layout itself. So I'm just going to remove that little step, because if you're not going to see it, why bother? All right, almost done. Look at this. This has gone together so quickly. It's fabulous. So now this purple one, I did make sure to bring it down just a little bit onto the gray mat, just because it makes it pop just a little bit more. So I liked that it showed up just a little bit better. And we're done. Look at that. So we have used all of our stickers for layout 2. We don't have anything left. We popped out all of our pieces from our die cut papers. Don't have any of those left. And here we have our final layout. Pretty fantastic, don't you think? Turned out great, went together super quickly, and yeah. So this one's ready to put into the album, and catch me next time for the next layout in the Live Beautifully series. Thank you so much. Have a great day.